Hello friends, so this is the second lecture of revision series. In this revision series lecture we will discuss about some of the important species in news, and this is one of the important topic of environment. Through the species in news you will see the interconnection between the species in news and where they are found. So the conservation area is correlated with the species in news. So when you are reading species you are also reading where they are found, and as a result you are covering almost both. Okay, so we will cover in that style so that you can correlate both. And if any of such questions, like the question of elephant, of the critical tiger reserve, of golden machine, there are so many questions which have been discussed, which has been asked by the UPSC in the previous years. If such questions will be asked in the UPSC prelims, the probability is high that such questions are there. With the use of this knowledge, one or two questions you can easily solve. Okay, so let's start with the birds. When we talk about birds, there is a report known as State of World Bird, released by BirdLife International. It says globally 48% of 11,000 species are declining. This is alarming news, and this fact can be put by the UPSC, and so we have to have a fair idea that 48% can be made 75% or can be made 25%. Okay, UPSC narrow नहीं खेलता like PCS. They will increase it or decrease it, and the increase and decrease will be substantial. 223 species are critically endangered. In India, about India, what State of World Bird has said, the trend toward declining bird diversity is just as alarming in India, where recent annual trends have been calculated for around 146 species, and the trends are quite similar, like it is there in other parts of the world. Of these, nearly 80% are declining in numbers, and almost 50% plummeting strongly. So it's not a good news. Just over 6% of the species studied show stable population, and 14% show increasing popular trends. So with this you have to just remember that the situation of birds are not very good. It is very critical. So any such statement which talks about this should be correct. Now we will study about BirdLife International. It is a global partnership of conservation organization that strives to conserve birds. It is a global partnership of conservation organization. So multiple organization will be there. Their habitats, global biodiversity. So the conservation is holistic. Okay. Headquarters is in United Kingdom, Cambridge, United Kingdom is the headquarter of BirdLife International, and not Switzerland, and not Nairobi. Nairobi is the headquarter of which organization? Just write the name in the comment box. This is one of the exercise for you. It publishes a quarterly magazine known as World Birdwatch, which contains recent news, authoritative articles about birds, their habitats, their conservation, and so forth. And it is the official red list authority for birds for the IUCN. And if IUCN wants to know the status of any bird, so it will consult the BirdLife International. It also publishes important bird areas inventory. Now we will study about Salim Ali Bird Sanctuary. It is located on the island of Koroa on Mandovi River, Goa. Where it is situated? It is situated on island of Koroa on Mandovi River, Goa. Now there is one more question. Is Mandovi River east flowing or west flowing? Just write down in the comment what should be the answer. But Salim Ali Center of Ornithology and Natural History is not in the Salim Ali Bird Sanctuary, but it is there in Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. That you have to remember. The Salim Ali Bird Sanctuary is in island of Koroa on Mandovi River, Goa, but this Center of Ornithology and Natural History is in Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. Now we will read about the Bombay Natural History Society. In short, it is known as BNHS, one of the historical organization. It is a pan-India wildlife research organization, and it has been promoting the cause of natural conservation since 1883. Such an old organization it is. BNHS mission is conservation of nature, primarily biological diversity, through action based on research, education, and public awareness. So they are focusing on action based on research, education, and public awareness. Vision is it is a kind of premier independent scientific organization, and it wants to excel in the researches which will help to conserve the threatened species. Headquarter is in Mumbai, as the name suggests. Now we will study about the first species, Great Indian Hornbill. Great Indian Hornbill lifespan is around 50 years in captivity. Now, if they are asking that an elephant can produce baby till which year of the age, so they can ask the lifespan as well. Who knows? UPSC can ask anything. Okay, predominantly fruit eating, but are opportunist and preys on small mammals, reptiles, and birds. So, Great Indian Hornbill are predominantly fruit eating, but are not only fruit eating. Okay, so there is a difference because they are opportunists. They can attack on prey and small mammals as well, as and when required, even on reptiles and birds. They are also known as forest engineers or farmers of the forest for playing a key role in dispersing seeds of tropical trees. Thus, hornbills indicate prosperity and balance of forest. Now you know that birds have a huge role to play to disperse the seeds, and that is why if there are birds, it also ensures that there is a greenery, there is an ecosystem development, because ecosystem is dependency of different trophic levels, different energy exchange which is taking place. So this Great Indian Hornbill is one of the crucial species for this. IUCN is vulnerable, not endangered. It is vulnerable. Great Indian Hornbill, vulnerable, not endangered. Indian grey hornbill is least concern. So none of them is endangered. शेड्यूल 1 में है इन दी वाइल्ड लाइफ प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट 1972, साइट्स में भी अपेंडिक्स 1 में स्टेट बर्ड ऑफ अरुणाचल प्रदेश एंड केरला बोथ. So great Indian hornbill is state bird of Arunachal Pradesh as well as Kerala both. What are the threats? Threats are logging, forest clearances for agriculture, susceptible to hunting. So these you can even guess in the examination hall. But the things you have to remember is it is vulnerable. It is the state bird of Arunachal Pradesh and Kerala. Okay, they are predominantly fruit eating, but can also prey on small mammals, birds, reptiles. So these are some of the information that you need to remember. Now comes the pink-headed duck. IUCN is critically endangered. Pink-headed duck is critically endangered. Okay, has not been conclusively recorded in India since 1949. Decline invasive alien species, water, Hyacinth, Ichornia, Crassipus may have contributed to it. It's such a difficult name. So such a big names na, and there is also common sense. If there are three small names and there is a one very hard to spell a big name, examiners taking the pain to write that, so there is a chance that that option is correct, and I have utilized it. So I'm not telling you to blindly follow this, but can be applied. So pink-headed duck is critically endangered. You need to remember this. Bengal florican, IUCN is again critically endangered. The species is found in very small numbers only in India, Nepal and Cambodia. Where it is found? India, Nepal and Cambodia. And it is what? It is critically endangered. Bengal florican, critically endangered, found in India, Nepal, Cambodia. Let's move towards another species. Lesser florican. There is Bengal florican and there is lesser florican. Lesser florican is not IUCN in critically endangered, but endangered. But UPSC is not using most of the time critically endangered word, but endangered species. So both are, if endangered word is used, then both are endangered. It is observed in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, and some other regions during the monsoon season. A recent study has for the first time tracked the longest in-country migration route of lesser floricans from Rajasthan to Maharashtra and Ahmedabad district. And that's why it was in news, and that's why we had put this. It is endangered. Now, it is very important. Zedden cursor. or whatever it is pronounced. IUCN is critically endangered. Zerdan is critically endangered. It is endemic to Andhra Pradesh and to a specific wildlife sanctuary known as Sri Lanka Maleshwara Wildlife Sanctuary, and that is why it is important. It is principally known from southern Andhra Pradesh. There is a northern Andhra Pradesh, there is southern Andhra Pradesh. And if you will see in the northern Andhra Pradesh, the geography is such that Eastern Ghat is inundated. It does not look like a mountain. It does not look like a hill. But when we reach the southern Andhra Pradesh, there it again starts reinventing itself, and it is known as Nallamala Hills. And there you will see a lot of biodiversity in that part of the Andhra Pradesh, southern Andhra Pradesh. Okay, so it has an extremely limited geographical range, being known from the Godavari River Valley near Sironcha and Bhadrachalam, and from the Kadapa and Anandpur areas in the valley of the Pennar River. This question was asked, na? Pennar River. Now see, from this species, whatever what we are covering, we are also covering the river, the near where is Godavari River Valley. If Pennar River is there, then there must be a correlation between Godavari and Pennar River, isn't it? Okay, so environment is not an isolated subject. Environment is strongly correlated with geography, and geography is strongly correlated with history. So, if you have to if you have to read any subject comprehensively, then you need to have a decent knowledge of basic knowledge of all these subjects. Now, Siberian crane. Siberian crane is a very important species. It is critically endangered. It is a resident of East and Central Asian Russia, and it migrates to India during winters. Koladev National Park was very famous for this, formerly known as Bharatpur Bird Sanctuary, is famous for this migratory bird. Now, SARS crane. This though you would have heard a lot. It is not critically endangered. Saras crane is not critically endangered. It is vulnerable. It is vulnerable. Indian subcontinent, it is found in Southeast Asia. It is found in Australia. It is found in India. It is seen in Himalayan foothills. It is found in Northwest India, except Thar Desert. In Thar Desert, you will not find Saras crane, and Central India. So, if in such a wide area it is found, then obviously it will not be critically endangered. It is vulnerable. Black-necked crane. There are so many types of crane. We read about Siberian crane, which is critically endangered. SARS crane, which is vulnerable. Then we are reading about black-necked crane. It is near threatened. That means it has considerable number. It is native to Ladakh, India, Sichuan, China, and Tibet. It migrates to Arunachal Pradesh, India, and Bhutan during winters. So it is native to Ladakh, India. If it is used that this black-necked crane is native to India, then it should be correct because it is native to Ladakh, which is part of India. Such a statement can be made. It is critically endangered? Wrong. It is near threatened. It is only found in India? Wrong. It is found in Sichuan. It is also found in Tibet, and it migrates to Arunachal Pradesh, India, and Bhutan during winters. Okay, so we read about all these birds which are very important. Great Indian Hornbill, and what we have to remember, it is not critically endangered. It is vulnerable. Found in Arunachal Pradesh, Kerala. Appendix 1 of CITES and Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act. Okay, and it is predominantly fruit eating, but can prey on other things as well. Pink-headed duck, it is critically endangered. Okay, Bengal florican, it is critically endangered. Okay, and it is found in India, Nepal, and Cambodia. Lesser florican, IUCN, endangered. Okay, lesser florican is endangered, not critically endangered. Observed in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat. Okay, Jordan Kuzer, it is critically endangered. Found in Sri Lanka Maleshwar Wildlife Sanctuary, Andhra Pradesh. Endemic to Andhra Pradesh. Godavari River Valley near Pennar. Okay, Siberian crane, it is critically endangered. It is not native to India. It is a migratory bird. Comes from Russia. Koladev is famous for this. Saras crane, it is vulnerable and it is found in Indian subcontinent, Southeast Asia, Australia, and it is seen in Himalayan foothills. Okay. Black neck crane is near threatened and it is native to Ladakh, India. Black neck crane. Now we will read about Asian waterbird census. It is conducted in January each year and coordinated by the Wetland International South Asia and the BNHS, Bombay Natural History Society. It is an integral part of the global waterbird monitoring program, the International Waterbird Census, coordinated by Wetlands International. Who is involved in waterbird census? The organization name is Wetland International. What is the organization name? Wetland International. What are waterbirds? The birds which are ecologically dependent on wetlands are known as waterbirds. जो wetlands में रहते हैं, dependent रहते हैं, वो waterbirds कहलाते हैं. इसीलिए the importance of wetland is huge. Now, what is Wetland International? It coordinates the international waterbird census, of which the Asian waterbird census is an integral part. It is a not-for-profit organization dedicated to the conservation and restoration of wetlands. It is one of the international partner organization of the Ramsar Convention. It was formerly known as the International Waterfowl and Wetland Researcher Bureau, and its scope included the protection of wetland area. Headquarter Eddy, Netherlands. Now, what you have to remember, it is not for profit organization. Headquarter is in Eddy, Netherlands. It is the partner of Ramsar Convention. Okay, and it conducts waterbird census. That's it. Headquarter is in Eddy, Netherlands. Where it is? Eddy, Netherlands. Vulture Excel Plan 2020 to 2025. One of the 22 species of large carrion-eating birds that live predominantly in the tropics and subtropics. So, if there is a statement which says that vultures predominantly live in tropics and subtropics, then this statement is correct. ऐसी statement बनते हैं ना, कोई पहाड़ से तोड़ के ला नहीं रहे, ऐसी statement को form करते हैं. In that pressure situation, even the obvious becomes difficult. They act an important function as nature's garbage collector and help to keep the environment clean of waste. Scavengers बोलते हैं ना, scavengers का काम क्या है? So if somebody dies, if an animal dies, then they degrade the body, and so this food web continues. So they play a key role in the environment. Okay, and also keeps if it will not be degraded, then there can be spread of so many wildlife diseases. So they also keep the wildlife healthy. A total 9 species are found in India, out of which the bearded vulture, long-billed vulture, slender-billed vulture, oriental white-backed vulture are protected in the Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Probable question can be made from this. Rest are protected under Schedule 4. Okay, now the schedule has changed, so these data could have been also changed. Okay, at present there are 9 vulture conservation and breeding centers in India, of 3 are directly administered by Bombay Natural History Society. Okay. We will read about Great Indian Bustard. You would have read the story that peacock and Great Indian Bustard was contesting for the national bird of India, and peacock was given precedence just because bustard can be pronounced as bastard as well. And this, I am not joking, this was the discussion which happened in the committee itself. Okay. So, state bird of Rajasthan and is considered India's most critically endangered bird. Okay, and a flagship. Number of questions have been asked by various examinations, including UPSC, including state commissions, and the various other organizations. A flagship grassland species. Flagship species of what? If Great Indian Bustard is dying, then the grassland ecosystem is also dying, because it is the flagship species which is made flagship to ensure that if Great Indian Bustard is conserved, then the whole grassland ecosystem is conserved. So it acts like a muscat. Representing the health of the grassland ecology. Its population is confined mostly to Rajasthan and Gujarat, and small population occur in Maharashtra, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh, which was not the case in the 1947. The bird is under constant threats due to collision electrocution with the power transmission lines, and this was one of the major issue. Hunting still prevalent in Pakistan, habitat loss, alteration as a result of widespread agriculture expansion. This is the same story for so many birds. The IUCN status is critically endangered. Sites is Appendix 1. Everything will be of high priority, so don't need to worry. CMS also Appendix 1, Wildlife Protection Act also Schedule 1. Earlier this year 2021, in a bid to check the dwindling numbers of endangered great Indian bustards and lesser florican, a Supreme Court bench directed that overhead power lines be led underground so that electroculation say they should not die, whereas feasible passing along the habitat of the birds in Rajasthan and Gujarat. Okay, this is very important, and when it is important, then lesser florican also becomes important, because it is also observed in Rajasthan, Gujarat, MP, these areas na, it is endangered. इतनी बार बताऊंगा कि याद हो जाएगा, ठीक है. And if you have little bit of idea also, it will be good for you. Then comes the Indian desert cat, recently spotted for the first time in MP का पन्ना टाइगर रिजर्व. Okay, also known as Asiatic wildcat or the Asian steppe wildcat, usually a creature of Thar desert in Rajasthan and inhabits scrub desert areas. The cat occurs in arid and semi-arid zones of western India, which includes Gujarat, Rajasthan, MP, Maharashtra, up to Pune and Nagpur. As the name suggests, it lives in the desert. Swamp deer, very important. Recently, the population of the vulnerable eastern swamp deer has dipped in the Kaziranga National Park and Tiger Reserve, Assam. The eastern swamp deer is extinct elsewhere in South Asia. Okay, eastern swamp deer is extinct elsewhere in South Asia. It is found here only. There are 3 subspecies of swamp deer found in the Indian subcontinent. 3 subspecies of swamp deer. One is western swamp deer. Okay, नाम बड़ा भारी भरकम है scientific. Found in Nepal. Southern swamp deer, hard ground बारासिंगा जिसको बोलते हैं, found in central and northern India, मध्य प्रदेश में मिलता है. Eastern swamp deer found in the Kaziranga, Assam and Dudhwa National Park, Uttar Pradesh. Eastern swamp deer is found in Kaziranga and Dudhwa National Park, which is where? Which is in Uttar Pradesh. अब देखिए नेशनल सेंचुरी कंजर्वेशन एरिया भी को रिलेटेड है सारी चीजें. वेस्टर्न मिलेगा नेपाल में, साउदर्न मिलेगा सेंट्रल इंडिया एंड नॉर्थ इंडिया में, ईस्टर्न मिलेगा इन दी काजीरंगा असम एंड दुधवा नेशनल पार्क. ये तराई रीजन में, दुधवा नेशनल पार्क इज अ तराई रीजन एंड आई होप सो यू नो दी तराई, भाबर, खादर, भांगर. I hope so you know. Khadar is a new alluvial, Bangar is old alluvial. Just after the river drains, like it comes from the mountain, then the first region where boulders are there is known as Bhabar, and then the river loses its stream. The region is known as Tarai, and Tarai is very fertile. कुछ समझ आ रहा है ये सब चीज़ें? अगर आ रहा है तो ज्योग्राफी आती है, ठीक है. नहीं भी आती है तो डरना नहीं, जो आता है उसी से खेलना. अब आते हैं हम लोग बारासिंगा स्वैम्प डियर को ही बोलते हैं हम लोग. किसको बोलते हैं? साउदर्न स्वैम्प डियर को. द स्वैम्प डियर डिफर्स फ्रॉम ऑल अदर इंडियन डियर स्पीसीज दैट द एंटलर्स कैरी मोर देन 3 लाइन्स. 3 लाइन होती है, 3 ऐसे से बनी होती है, उससे ज्यादा होती है बारासिंगा में. बिकॉज ऑफ दिस डिस्टिंक्टिव कैरेक्टर इट इज डेजिग्नेटेड बारासिंगा, 12 हॉर्न इन हिंदुस्तानी, बारासिंग. इट इज वनरेबल, ठीक है. शेड्यूलेबल वाइल्ड लाइफ प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट 1972. एक देयर इज अ टेंडेंसी दैट वी if we read about any famous animal, famous species, we think it is critically endangered. This is not the case. Swamp deer is vulnerable. Similarly, black buck. Black buck से सलमान भाई याद आते होंगे, ठीक है. तो black buck is also not critically endangered. इसकी क्या स्टेटस है? कमेंट बॉक्स में लिखो. Now, white-cheeked macaw, ठीक है. JSI साइंटिस्ट जो है, जूलॉजिकल सर्वे ऑफ इंडिया के साइंटिस्ट have found a new mammal species in the country, the white-cheeked macaw. While the species was first discovered in China in 2015, अब ये इंडिया में भी ऐसा हो रहा है कि कहाँ पे it has been found in the अंजॉ डिस्ट्रिक्ट in the central अरुणाचल प्रदेश. चाइना से बगल में अरुणाचल, सिक्किम तिब्बत से लगा हुआ है, ठीक है. तो एरियाज हैं जहाँ पे थोड़ा थोड़ा सा जो बायोडाइवर्सिटी, जो मतलब वाइल्ड लाइफ एरिया है, जो वहाँ का इकोसिस्टम है, जो वहाँ पे फॉरेस्ट पाए जाते हैं, जहाँ स्पीसीज पाए जाते हैं, उसमें थोड़ी सिमिलैरिटी होती है. जस्ट लाइक पांडा जो है वो अरुणाचल में भी आपको मिलेगा, एंड इन द तिब्बत रीजन इन चाइना ऑल्सो इट विल बी फाउंड. अब आ जाते हैं गोल्डन लंगूर पे. ऑल दी लंगूर स्पीसीज वी विल डिस्कस, बट गोल्डन लंगूर इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट. अब गोल्डन क्यों है? बिकॉज ऑफ द फर. फर का कलर गोल्डन. इट हैज बीन नोटेड दैट देयर फर चेंजेस कलर अकॉर्डिंग टू द सीजन एज वेल एज ज्योग्राफी. ठीक है, जिस जिस सीजन में दे विल बी देयर, जो भी ज्योग्राफी होगी उसके अकॉर्डिंग जो है वो अपना कलर चेंज करेंगे. द कलर ऑफ द यंग ऑल्सो डिफर्स फ्रॉम एडल्ट्स इन दैट दे आर ऑलमोस्ट प्योर. ठीक है, ये तो होता ही है, प्योर वाइट होता है. यंग का जो होता है वो प्योर वाइट होता है. They are highly dependent on trees living in the upper canopy of forests. They are also known as leaf monkeys. They live in the upper canopy. जहाँ पे उन्हीं वो छोटे छोटे पत्ते होते हैं, small leaves are there. They live there. Habitat it is endemic to western Assam, India, and southern Bhutan. Where golden langur is found? It will be written that it is found in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh. No, it is found in the western Assam. It is found in the southern Bhutan. Where it is found? It is found in western Assam and southern Bhutan. So if you see the map, here is Assam, here is Bhutan, Sikkim, West Bengal. ये रीजन आप देखना आपको इम्पोर्टेंट पड़ता है. इसलिए देखो ना, ज्योग्राफी, इन्वायरमेंट, दे आर कोरिलेटेड. इसलिए व्हाट हैपेंस कि मेनी ऑफ द इन्वायरमेंट क्वेश्चंस आर पुट इन ज्योग्राफी, ज्योग्राफी क्वेश्चंस आर पुट इन इन्वायरमेंट व्हेन वी क्लासिफाई. Their habitat is restricted to the region surrounded by 4 geographical landmarks: the foothills of Bhutan north, Manas River east, Shankosi River west, and Brahmaputra River south. Now let me answer one question. Manas River is tributary of which river? Okay. Subhansari River is tributary of which river? ये दोनों क्वेश्चन का आंसर कमेंट में लिखो. Now comes the dugong. Recently in news में था because Tamil Nadu decided to set up India's first conservation reserve for the dugong in the Gulf of Mannar. Where? Gulf of Mannar. Gulf of Mannar is where? It is in Pak Bay. Pak Bay and Sri Lanka, what is the correlation? Just tell me. Okay. Dugong is also called as sea cow. Is one of the 4 surviving species in the order Sirenia. It is the only existing species of herbivorous mammal that lives exclusively in the sea, including in India. ये हमने चैनल में भी डाला था, क्योंकि ये लाइन है जो यूपीएससी की फेवरेट हो जाएगी. Dugongs are an important part of the marine ecosystem, and their depletion will have effect all the way up to the food chain. IUCN status vulnerable. Okay, IUCN status is vulnerable. Cheetah भी पीता है. Okay, so it was very much in news, and you know why? There was an issue of reintroduction. So world's first intercontinental large wild carnival translocation project, and it was part of centrally sponsored scheme Project Tiger of India. Project Tiger of India is not central sector scheme but centrally sponsored scheme. And you know the difference between central sector and centrally sponsored. Central sector, what will happen? Sponsored, what will happen? Sponsoring, who will share the fund? Central sector, who will provide exclusively. Just write down in the comment box. Funding from Project Tiger and Kempa. Asian cheetah declared extinct in India in 1952. Last cheetah was killed in 1948 by Maharaja of Korea. पता नहीं what obsession they had. They used to kill animals. Okay. Nodal agency है National Tiger Conservation Authority. And why is KNP given the highest priority for introduction? क्यों ऐसा किया जा रहा है? Suitable habitat and Kuno National Park. KNP का फुल फॉर्म हो Kuno National Park. Kuno National Park जो है वहाँ पे reintroduction की बात हुई थी. ठीक है. So क्यों Kuno National Park में? Because it is suitable. ठीक है. Suitable होगा तभी तो it will be done. And capable of supporting 21 cheetahs, devoid of human settlement, villages have been completely relocated from within the park, enables the coexistence of the 4 big cats found in India: the tiger, lion, leopard, and cheetah, as they have in the past. Characteristics क्या? World's fastest land mammal, capable of running at 80 to 128 kilometers per hour, and diurnal, they hunt during the day. Okay. Unlike other big cats, lion, tigers, etc., don't roar. Lions roar, tigers roar, cheetah don't. Gestation period 93 days. Live in 3 main social groups: females and their cubs, male coalitions, and solitary males. ठीक है, अकेले भी रहते हैं. Females lead a nomadic life, searching for prey in large home ranges. Okay. Males are more sedentary and instead establish much smaller territories. Females go on searching the prey in the large location, large territories, but this is not the case with the male. Sorry. So average female home ranges have been estimated to be about 750 square kilometer. Among large carnivores, conflict with human interest are lowest for cheetah, as they are not a threat to humans and usually do not attack large livestock. अब इधर थोड़ा सा ना ये इसको थोड़ा make it a bit big. Cheetah is back. So what is it is written? So ये तो हमने कोनो नेशनल पार्क और ये सब तो बता दिया. अब देखते हैं. एशियाटिक चीता जो होता है उसकी रेड आइज होती हैं. चीता's tear mark act like sunglasses. जो टीयर मार्क आपको दिख रहे हैं सनग्लासेस जैसे. चीता प्राइमरली हंट ड्यूरिंग द डे, अनलाइक अदर बिग कैट्स. वो बाकी लोग नाइट को करते हैं, चीता डे में करता है. द टीयर marks help to reflect away the sun's glare, making it easier for them to focus on hunting their prey. अब ये जो टीयर मार्क्स है ना इसकी because of that they are capable to hunt, because वो रिफ्लेक्ट कर देता है सनराइज को. इसीलिए जो बाकी बिग कैट्स हैं they are hunting in the night time, but cheetahs are capable to hunt even in the day time. ठीक है. अब चीता आ गया होता है small rounded head with black tear marks. Okay, black tear marks you can see ना, black tear marks which are there, and the head is small. Partially exposed. जो claws होते हैं they are partially exposed. Now see leopard में क्या है, relatively small and head is angular. ये angle है, देखिए ये इधर नहीं है, head is angular and they are relatively small. The spots in cheetah are solid black spots. In leopard are small densely packed rosettes. इस तरह के spots होते हैं. Then there is jaguar, relatively short tail. जो tail होती है ना वो इन दोनों की बड़ी होती है, जगुआर की relatively short होती है. They are large rounded head. इनका head जो है इसका it will be bigger than cheetah and leopard, and large rosette with central spot. Rosette इसमें भी, but there is a central spot. Now cheetah is a critically endangered. ठीक है. African cheetah is vulnerable. African cheetahs are bigger in size as compared to Asiatic cheetah. This you have to remember. African cheetahs are bigger in size than Asiatic cheetah. Have darker color. African cheetah has darker color. Asiatic cheetah only 40-50 have been survived in Iran and usually have red eyes. Asiatic cheetah have red eyes. Okay, usually. Leopard, IUCN vulnerable. India has about 12,000 leopard, largest number in MP, and there has been 60% increase in population count of leopards in India from 2014 estimates. Ascot Wildlife Sanctuary, Asola Bhatti Wildlife Sanctuary, which is there in Delhi. If you will go there, it is also part of leopard belt. Then comes the jaguar. So jaguar is near threatened. Leopard is vulnerable. African cheetah is vulnerable, and cheetah is critically endangered. So jaguar is the largest cat in the Americas. The jaguar has the strongest bite force of all wild cats, enabling it to bite directly through the skull of its prey. See, they can bite through the skull of the prey. This is the intensity of their bite. Melanistic black jaguars are common and are often called black panthers. The black jaguars are called as black panthers. A black panther is the melanistic color variant of the leopard, Panthera pardus, and the jaguar, Panthera onca. So it can be the variant of the leopard or it can be the variant of jaguar as well. This was the it got reversed because I think this is the correct one. Yeah, it is correct. African cheetah are bigger, but we had discussed, and it is vulnerable, it is critically endangered. Okay, so we have discussed this. एलिफेंट्स को देखेंगे और एलिफेंट्स के बाद हम लोग अभी बहुत सारे एनिमल हैं, एलिफेंट से खत्म करेंगे इसको. टाइगर को कोशिश करेंगे इन द थर्ड लेक्चर ऑफ इन्वायरमेंट इंक्लूड करें, बिकॉज टाइगर इटसेल्फ इज अ वेरी बिग टॉपिक. सो फटाफट से एलिफेंट्स देख लेते हैं. आयुसियन स्टेटस है इंडेंजर्ड. क्या है एलिफेंट्स का आयुसियन स्टेटस है? इंडेंजर्ड, नॉट क्रिटिकली इंडेंजर्ड. द इंडियन एलिफेंट इज नेटिव टू मेनलैंड एशिया, इंडिया, नेपाल, बांग्लादेश, भूटान, म्यांमार, थाईलैंड, मलय पेनिनसुला, लाओ, चाइना, कंबोडिया एंड वियतनाम. इट इनहेबिट्स ग्रासलैंड. ग्रासलैंड्स में आपको बहुत सारे हाथी दिख जाएंगे. ड्राई डेसिडस, मोस्ट मॉइस्ट डेसिडुअस, एवरग्रीन एंड सेमी एवरग्रीन फॉरेस्ट. फाउंड इन द सेंट्रल एंड साउदर्न वेस्टर्न घाट्स. काफी कर्नाटका के आसपास. यही क्वेश्चन था. The question was saying that Kerala has the highest amount of elephants, but it was not the case. Karnataka has the highest amount of elephants. Northeast India मिलेंगे, Eastern India में, Northern India, and in some parts of Southern Peninsular India. What is the challenges in conservation? जो होता है fragmentation, destruction of land, developmental activities. ओडिशा, झारखंड, छत्तीसगढ़ में mineral states है तो mining होती है. There have been development of elephant corridors have been made to conserve them. Poaching problem, tusks के कारण, and they need extensive grazing grounds. So most of the areas are not able to accommodate that. Trends in population. The elephant number have not increased or decreased drastically, but there is an increasing pressure on the elephant habitats. Karnataka has the highest number of elephants, followed by Assam and then Kerala. So Karnataka number 1 है, फिर Assam है, फिर Kerala है. Behavior and morphological issues, इसी पे क्वेश्चन था. Highly intelligent animals characterized by strong family bonds. Adult male Asian elephants are less social than females. They enter must mate searching strategy for old above 30 years of age males annually. ठीक है, एक strategy होती है. Unlike their African cousins, only male Asian elephants have tusks. So African cousins में दोनों को होता है, but Asian में only male Asian elephants have tusks. ठीक है, female में नहीं होगा. The largest and oldest female elephant herd member is in charge, known as the matriarch of the herd. This was the statement of the question. Elephant gestation pregnancy period is which can last up to 680 days, that is 22 months. This was also the statement. It is longest known gestation period among any mammals. Female between the age of 14 and 45 may give birth to calves every 4 years on average, increasing to 5 years by age 52 and 6 years by age 60. So 45 तक तो in every 4 year till 52, every 5 year till after 52 till 60 every 6 year. So this was also the statement. 40 years they had written. Elephants have always been closely associated with the human throughout Asia. You would have heard about the story of Alexander the Great when he was coming and he had to fight the battle with the Porus. Then they saw the gigantic creature, and while fighting he was so Porus fought so bravely, and then his minister said that sir, he had very less number of elephants. The ruler after him whom we want to conquer is Dhananand, who have so many elephants. Then he changed the plan, hearing this. And India is so symbolized with elephant. Okay, in seal also there is elephant. Now Asian and African. African has back dips, ears cover, shoulder, forehead forms, 2 knobs, loose fold of skin. ये पूरा veterinary doctor भी हमें बना ही देंगे. 2 humps on forehead, ears do not cover shoulder. तो जो कान होते हैं ना, बेसिकली मुझे तो ऐसे पता, कान जो होते हैं वो बड़े होते हैं अफ्रीका वाले के, ये वो कंधे तक आ जाते हैं. एशिया वालों के नहीं होते हैं, उतने छोटे होते हैं कान. ठीक है. बैक थोड़ा जो उनकी पीठ होती है एंगल में होती है, और उनकी जो अफ्रीकन वाली होती है वो डिप कर जाती है थोड़ी सी. तो ये थोड़ा सा है. सेंट्रल एंड वेस्टर्न अफ्रीका जो है ट्रॉपिकल फॉरेस्ट, वहाँ पे ये मिलते हैं अफ्रीकन वाले जो है. ठीक है. अफ्रीकन में भी 2 तरह के अफ्रीकन फॉरेस्ट हैं, अफ्रीकन सवाना है. तो सवाना में पाए जाते हैं कुछ, और कुछ फॉरेस्ट में पाए जाते हैं. इनिशिएटिव फॉर कंजर्वेशन, एक तो माइक था, मॉनिटरिंग ऑफ इलीगल किलिंग ऑफ एलिफेंट्स. ठीक है. फिर हाथी मेरा साथी कैंपेन था, रिहैब प्रोजेक्ट था. दीज आर वेरी लेस इंपॉर्टेंट. एलिफेंट रिजर्व्स एंड कॉरिडोर्स थोड़ा देख लेते हैं. अब इसमें हम देखो क्या क्या देखेंगे, जो थोड़े आसपास बहुत सारे हैं. कामिंग जो है वो ऊपर है. कामिंग देखो यहाँ पे, कामिंग ये रहा, ये अरुणाचल है ना, यहाँ कामिंग है. दिस इज आसाम. अब आसाम में सबसे ऊपर कौन सा दिख रहा है आपको? दिहिंग पटकाई, दिहिंग पटकाई, ठीक है, दिहिंग पटकाई इन आसाम, उसके बाद है, ठीक है। फिर इसके बाद हमें ये साउथ अरुणाचल में ये अपना ये दिख रहा है, ये साउथ अरुणाचल, ये इसके बिलो नॉर्थ से साउथ में लगाना चाह रहा हूँ। उसके बाद दिस वन रिपू चिरांग, एंड फिर हो जाएगा ईस्टर्न दोआर्स हो जाएगा, ईस्टर्न दोआर्स होगा, ये सब एक ही है, सोनितपुर है आसाम का। फिर इससे नीचे है काजीरंगा, कार्बी एंगलोंग, ठीक है, ये सब नीचे आ जाता है। उसके गारो हिल्स, यहाँ सब जगह मिलता है, तो थोड़ा बहुत आइडिया रख लो ऊपर नीचे। फिर अपना सेंट्रल इंडिया में भी ये मिलता है, ठीक है, बदलखोल में मिलता है, लेमरू में मिलता है, संबलपुर में मिलता है, महानदी, ठीक है, मैसूर, ये अब पूरा कर्नाटका का रीजन आपका जो है इधर पूरा मिलता है। फिर वायनाड, देखिए ये ऐसे है, वायनाड एलिफेंट रिजर्व, नीलम्बूर है, अनाईमुडी है, पेरियार है, पेरियार इज बिलो, ठीक है, एंड अगस्तमली सबसे नीचे हो गया, ठीक है, अन्नामलई, कोयम्बटूर, नीलगिरी। तो ठीक है, थोड़ा सा आइडिया रखने पे क्वेश्चन सॉल्व हो जाते हैं, वर्बटी में याद करने की देयर इज नो नीड। सो दिस वाज द लेक्चर, आई होप दिस विल हेल्प यू। थैंक यू सो मच, बेस्ट विशेस, टेक केयर।